Give me your thoughts on this relationship with Israel. We've talked about these issues a lot, but this has descended into just the most bitter and acrimonious fallout. It's tragic, really, given the history of our nations and our shared interests in global security and defeating Islamist extremism.
Chris, you know what? I can't have a go at Netanyahu for what he said in that letter because it's all true. I think it's a well-defined rebuke of our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. I've spoken to Jewish leaders, communities, members, and who are Australians. You know what? They're deciding to leave the country. They feel unsafe here. They don't know what's in Australia for them in the future. They just feel let down by our government, by especially Albanese. So I think it was warranted. Everything that you've said, I totally agree. And your opening statements, I can say no more than that. But I'm glad, you know, for Albanese to say that he's not taken it personally, I think you better. Listen, mate, you've really been put in your place and you need it to be put in your place. I think it's disgraceful, his actions, and especially Burke and his comments are so out of place. I think that, you know, this has opened up for Australia for these protest marches that are continually going on. Jewish people are in fear for themselves. They can't even be seen on the streets near these protesters. We've allowed these tentacles of the Muslims, fundamentalist Islamic beliefs to actually flourish in our country, and they have not been reined in. We're going to be in a world of pain if we do not address this situation.
The trouble is, Pauline, that there's no hint that Anthony Albanese has any idea of how to address this situation. He's been failing at it for almost 2 years, and we're stuck with this government for an extended period. What can the rest of the country do to stand up for decency and to stand up for our Jewish Australian colleagues here?
You need to send a clear message to them, and I've tried to do that on the floor of Parliament in my comments, and actually they've thanked me, you know, very much for my comments, that they believe that I've led the way, that the Liberals have been, you know, coming behind me, kicking and screaming. Chris, my comments are based on common sense, what I believe is right for the country, and I've always wanted to treat everyone equally with fair and justice on their side. And I felt that the Jewish people, the students, everyone has been treated unfairly. And I don't wait to see what the polls come out. I go on my gut feeling what is right for the country.
Now, I've just got to get to your thoughts on a sad issue for you and your team. One Nation Senator-elect Warwick Stacey is resigning from federal parliament very early on because of health issues, which is very sad, and we wish him all the best. You need to now find a new senator for New South Wales. I'm wondering if you have anyone in mind. I'm wondering whether your daughter Lee might relocate from Tasmania up to New South Wales and get into the Senate that way.
Don't worry, Chris. I said to her, I said, hey, honey, why don't you move up to New South Wales? She said, Mum, I will not. She said, I am committed to Tasmania, and she will stand for the Senate in Tasmania at the next federal election. So, no, she's not from New South Wales. She is very much committed to Tasmania. Chris, I haven't got anyone at this stage to put into that place. We're looking at, you know, people that have been loyal to the party, people who have been former candidates, people who have put time in for the One Nation. I want the right person to fill that spot. I was devastated when Warwick told me, and I didn't realise his health condition at the time. I asked him if he could, you know, see it out as long as he could, but the case wasn't he couldn't. His health is declining, and it was his decision to walk away. But I can assure the people of New South Wales, I will find the right person to stand their ground to represent you on the floor of Parliament, and that's most important to me. I will not put in someone who's not going to work hard for the people of New South Wales and this country.
Thanks for joining us, Pauline, as ever. I appreciate it.